Chapter 1, Bar Car Prophecy, the Metro North New Haven Line. In 1986, when I was 15, I discovered the bar car on the Metro North New Haven Line, a dingy, crowded, badly ventilated chamber where commuters drank enough to get a decent buzz going, told dirty jokes, and chain-smoked. These were my kind of people. I liked my friends at school, mostly pothead misfits like me, but these were adults, and right or wrong, I liked to think of myself as one of them. And even though in my memory the whole place is clouded by a sort of grimy yellow film, it was my kind of joint. My mother had moved us, herself, my brother, me, a Shih Tzu, a Lhasa Apso, a cat, and a parrot, from Greenwich Village to the suburbs a couple of years earlier for many reasons, but partly, I think, in a desperate bid to make a normal kid of me. It didn't work. I became a druggie, a deadhead, a reasonably resourceful truant, a small-time delinquent. But I was not without ambition. I wanted to be a mystic. Once a week, I got a reprieve from my suburban exile. After school every Thursday, I took the train from Westport, Connecticut, to Manhattan's Grand Central Terminal to see my psychoanalyst. I'd been going since 8th grade, and I'd come to enjoy it. The 50-minute sessions made me feel like the featured guest on a talk show. It helped that my shrink sounded a lot like Dick Cavett. Except on the few occasions when my mother had called him, crying after finding a bong in my closet. "It's not mine, I swear. I was just holding that for a friend. It's decorative." Or a roach clip in a jacket pocket. "Oh, that? It's for holding papers together." And demanded that he submit me to another drug test. I looked forward to seeing my shrink week after week, Thursday after Thursday. Besides, I could pocket the round-trip cab fare Ma gave me to get to his office from Grand Central and back. It was just enough for a dime bag of pot, and I didn't mind having a little time to walk the city streets alone. It was good for thinking. But from the moment I first stumbled into the bar car after one of our appointments, my return trip to Westport became the best part of my Thursday visits. I liked the company of grown-ups, especially strangers. With them, I found it easy to feel smart and funny and interesting, easier than it was with my peers. I first discovered this one summer years earlier when I was 8 or so, and my family was vacationing on Fire Island. Ma sent me to borrow a skillet from the neighbors, a bunch of 30-somethings in a shared rental. They were lounging on an L-shaped white couch and seemed to get a kick out of everything I said, even the word skillet. I wasn't even sure what the word meant until a tall, tanned woman handed me a heavy frying pan with flared sides. I thanked her and turned to leave. But they weren't ready to let me go. They had questions. Who was I? What grade was I in? What was I into? I was astonished by their interest. I sat myself down on a puffy ottoman and asked if they wanted to hear a joke. Did they ever? "So this Jewish-American princess married an Indian chief. Guess what they named their baby?" I paused. "Whitefish." It's a terrible joke. I'd heard my mother tell it to one of her friends. I didn't exactly get it. But those grown-ups sitting there drinking wine tumbled off the big white couch laughing, and I felt like a superstar. That's not how I felt in the bar car, surrounded by its regulars, mostly men in wrinkled suits and loosened neckties. I felt almost invisible. But I liked listening to them. They were not like the silent, unsociable commuters in the regular cars who napped, read, or reviewed spreadsheets. No, the people in the bar car crowd drank beer or scotch, laughed loudly, talked fast, and always seemed happy to see one another. They were a tribe, and I wanted in. On the surface, we had little in